Have you been into situations where you have parked the car and moved on, and after a few seconds you can't remember whether you have locked that car? Or you have kept your keys somewhere in the house and unable to recollect where you have kept those keys? Those are the situations of unmindfulness, where you are doing things but not totally paying attention to it. These days, we hear a lot about mindful eating, mindful exercising. However, if you want a real peaceful life, let's learn how to be mindful parent. Even when your minds are full, especially while coping with the anxieties of ill health, job and financial uncertainties, and the constant balancing act in life. Before starting a family, it is really important to plan for it. First and foremost point to note is, although you may have a lot of support from family and friends, but it is ultimately your own journey. You are your own friend. No one can take away your pain, hormonal changes, and the struggles you go through. You will definitely need loads and loads of patience. If both of you are working professionals, it adds a layer of challenge in terms of responsibility sharing, not only during pregnancy but long after that, as the child will go through his or her growing years and will continue to seek attention. Believe me, it makes life organized if you have a discussed and agreed on things like what happens to the child care once you join office post-maternity leave, during day-to-day school demands for projects, assignments, PTM, school functions, doctor's appointments, and the list goes on. I understand it is absolutely not possible to foresee so much, but believe me, raising a kid demands a lot of effort, and if not discussed prior, leads to a lot of family issues, and children ultimately bears the brunt of all of these issues. Here I would like to share one incident. One day I was returning from office to home through a carpool, and a lady who is a younger mother of 8 months old baby was saying her child couldn't sleep previous night due to some stomach pain, and husband was also very irritated as he too could not sleep. Her husband was asking her to go to a different room with the child so that he could sleep, and she was feeling bad that her husband wasn't able to sleep well. I was surprised to hear, and first thought that came to my mind was how we ladies make ourselves victim of a situation. I had to actually tell her that she shouldn't feel bad for such thing, since she too lost her sleep and is at office doing her job. Hearing that, she smiled and said, "Oh, I didn't think it that way." Point is, as society expects women to be superwomen, and we love to be that way and feel guilty when we are not able to meet that expectation. Over years, I have taught myself to be not a superwoman, but a normal human being with some abilities and some inabilities. There will be plenty of these kind of incidents. Please be mentally prepared to embrace those with a smile. Getting upset with the crying child or sleeplessness will not help the situation. But you will have to remind yourself time and again, getting this baby to earth was my choice, and this innocent soul has nowhere else to go other than the parents for any problem or situation. I can't stress this point enough. Both father and mother of the child has to be mentally and at times physically available anytime kid needs them, irrespective of kid's age. And that will sow the seeds of mindful parenting, which in the long run will develop healthy relationship between parents and kids.